What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, coming back to Radiohead. Yes, indeed, Radiohead fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor before you do all that stuff. Please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Archdemon, and Archdemon wanted to see me react to this song. It is Radiohead doing a cover of the Smiths song, The Headmaster Ritual. Now, have I heard this song before? Believe it or not, full disclosure, yes, I have. This is not one of my favorite songs from the Smiths, but it does come off my favorite album from the Smiths, Meat is Murder. It's the same album that has probably the biggest hit the Smiths ever had, How Soon Is Now. This is, if I remember correctly, it's the first track on the album. I do enjoy this song. It's not my favorite song by the Smiths, but I really do enjoy the original recording. So, that brings me to a bit of a quandary. How do I react to this? Well, it is a cover. It's actually Radiohead doing the song. So, with full transparency here, I will not be reacting to the original song itself in any way, shape, or form. I will be basing my reaction, my evaluation, and my score completely on the cover that Radiohead does with this song. Are they going to take a carbon copy cover approach with this and just play the song note for note, beat for beat, tone for tone, exactly like the original? Or are they going to put their own little spin on it, take it and, give it their own little flavor, take it a little bit out into left field? I don't know. Not sure. We're going to just listen to it and find out. Let me see. This was posted by Daniel Stashkin, okay? And the video has 87,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Radiohead, The Headmaster Ritual, Ceremony Unravel. Okay. Maybe there's more than one song here. It's very possible. I was told by Archdemon to start at zeros, which is where we're at. We're at the very beginning. And I'm supposed to end at 427. So we'll see how that goes. You know how I am. Sometimes I hit that mark, sometimes I don't. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
So, this is a Smith song. This is about when we were younger, but we didn't write it.
That was just like the original.
Manchester schools, spineless swines, cemented minds.
Wow.
So leads the troops, jealousy youth, same old joke since 1962. It does the military to step down the length of my neck. I wanna go home, I don't wanna stay. Give up life was a bad mistake. Midweek on the playing fields, satisfaction in the knees, knees in the groin, elbow in the face. Who's it bigger than in a place? I wanna go home, I don't wanna stay.
Even the vibrato. This is such a carbon copy cover. Even his vibrato approach sounds very similar to the original song. That's trippy. I mean, I'll say they're nailing it. They are absolutely nailing the song. The only thing that's different is the tone of the instruments. I remember the Smiths being a little more electrified, not as acoustic sounding. It was a little more electrified. They're playing electric instruments and sounding like electric instruments. A little more like the addition of distortion and such. But other than that, as far as like notation goes, chordal progression goes, chordal selection goes, approach, feel, tempo, everything like that, it sounds exactly like the original. I'll talk more at length about the pluses and minuses of that. I'll talk about that more in the review. For right now, let's get back into this. Let's finish it out, and then we'll get to that review.
So leads the troops, jealousy youth, same old joke since 1902. It doesn't military to step down the length of my neck. I wanna go home, I don't wanna stay. Give up life was a bad mistake. Please excuse me from Jim, I got this turbo cold coming on. It grabs and devours, it kicks me in the showers, kicks me in the showers and grabs and devours. I want to go home, I don't wanna stay. By 1 second. Nope. Missed it by 1 second. Oh well. Hey, nobody's perfect. Not a lot to talk about, honestly. I've already pretty much said everything I need to say. Couple of points I would like to make though. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it.
There you go, folks. That was Radiohead with their rendition of the Smiths song, The Headmaster Ritual. This was a request from Archdemon. Okay, before I give my score, just need to make sure I mention this one more time because not everybody listens to what I have to say at the beginning and they jump to conclusions. So I'm going to say it one more time. When it comes to the song, the original song by the Smiths, I am familiar with that song, believe it or not. It's not my favorite song from the Smiths, but it does come off my favorite album from the Smiths, Meat is Murder. And if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, this is track number 1. I enjoy the song. I've listened to the song multiple times over the course of my life, and I do dig on the tune, okay? So having said that, I'm familiar with the song. I've heard the song before, so I can't react to the song itself, the original song. I can't take that into account here. My score is going to be based completely on the cover, what Radiohead did with the song, okay? So, having said that, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that cover, I'm going to give it a 7.6. Yep, 7.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, the 7.6. What does that mean? Well, a 7.6 will translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think it was a really good cover. It would also get 4 out of 5 stars and a B+ letter grade. Yeah, B+. B as in boy. B+ letter grade. So there you go, a 7.6, really good skill rating, 4 out of 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. Okay, there are 2 different ways you can do covers. You can do a song, you can take a song and you can take it in a completely different direction. Okay, you can take it, put your own spin on it, put your own flavor on it, maybe change the key, maybe add a little different feel to it. There's a lot of things you can do to put your own spin on a song, and I will always find that to be more impressive than a carbon copy cover. Doing a carbon copy cover, a lot of people make this argument. Well, if you're going to do a carbon copy cover, why bother listening to it? You might as well just listen to the original song. There is some validity to that argument. I will absolutely concede that point that they definitely have a valid point. If you're going to listen to a song done by 2 different artists and they're going to sound the exact same, why not just listen to the original artist? I see the argument, and to some extent, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I will definitely give it its due. It's a valid statement to be had. Having said that, you are still going to have different musicians. You're still going to have a different approach when it comes to playing and playing style, vocalization, different vocalists, with different approaches. You're going to have some slight differences. But as far as the approach of the song itself being the exact same, would I ever call that impressive? No, I would never call that impressive at best. And this is a stretch. I don't even know if I would ever say this. I don't know if I would ever say that a carbon copy cover is great. I mean, I'm sure there. Actually, now that I think about it, it can be done. Yes, that would be very hard to do though. I prefer the original, if I'm being honest. I don't think Radiohead did anything wrong. I think they did exactly what they set out to do, which is cover the song, which they did, in a carbon copy style, which they did, note for note, beat for beat, tone. Well, okay, tone for tone. There's the difference. The original Smiths recording, you heard a lot more of like the electric aspect of the instrumentation, where with the Radiohead cover that we did, it sounded a little more acoustic. I don't know what Tom was playing. I don't know if he was playing an acoustic guitar. It sounded like it. I saw electric instruments, but I didn't really hear electrified tones, like an electrified guitar tone, like we hear with the Smiths' original recording. I think that's one of the reasons why I prefer the Smiths version. Also, having the vocals being a little more reverby, a little wetter in the mix when it comes to the Smiths. I think that definitely adds to some of the charm as well. Where with the Radiohead cover, the vocals were very dry, so there was that aspect as well. Did Radiohead do anything wrong? No, they did absolutely nothing wrong. They did a really good job doing a carbon copy cover of one of my, like I said, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but one of my well-liked songs by the Smiths. It was immediately recognized. Immediately. I was like, yep, that's it. That's the Headmaster Ritual, without question. So I got no complaints about the cover. I think everybody did a fine job. I'm just not going to sit here and blow things out of proportion and go, oh, this is an amazing carbon copy cover. You will never hear those words come out of my mouth. I promise you. Never. At best, you might hear great every once in a while, but even that's a stretch. No, but overall, really good job. Really good job. Absolutely respectable. Respect was given without question. Homage was paid. So yeah, a 7.6. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.6, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B+ letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I've spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.